Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's the Mind Reprogrammer. Here today again to talk about a topic that I've been personally contemplating on the past couple of months, the past couple of weeks and days. And it's about this idea called happiness. Like, when I think about happiness, it seems to be quite elusive. It seems to be something that we're always postponing and delaying. And when I say that, what I mean in particular is about this idea of always saying, I will be happy when I get X, Y, Z. Or I will feel fulfilled when I achieve X, Y, Z. And I just want to share with everybody that's tuning in, listening, that as a collective, as a group, as individuals, we need to begin to let go of this idea. Because by us not beginning to allow ourselves to begin to feel happiness right now in this moment, we're depriving ourselves from all of the experiences that we can feel in this moment. So that's why I wanted to make a video today about this idea of how to be happy. And it's such a weird topic because you're probably thinking, how can I be happy? And you're probably thinking as well that happiness may be something that is not in control of you. Or rather than me saying not in control of you, but something that you don't have control over. But I just want to let you know that happiness is something that you do have control over. It's a choice that you have to make every single day. And first of all, I think the first important things we need to actually identify is actually what are the things that actually stop us from being happy. And for me personally, when I look at my life and I look at my journey, I know one of the things that stopped me from being happy is my constant urge of wanting stuff. This constant urge of desiring for things. Like, I want to get a car, I want to get a house, I want to get shoes, I want to get a relationship. This constant wanting, this constant desiring, this constant searching. I feel personally, for me, one of the biggest problems with happiness is the fact that we put happiness on an outcome. So we decide that actually we're going to achieve our happiness when we get to somewhere. And that's something we need to let go of. There's some exercises that I've experimented in the past to try and create an environment of happiness, to try and evoke happiness within my being. One of the first things that I've been experimenting recently actually is this technique that's called a mind-body scan. It's a form of meditation and mindfulness. And I know you're probably wondering, what the hell does mindfulness have to do with happiness? Well, we know the brain works in a neurological way and it works in a habitual fashion. So if you've created in your mind an habitual loop of not being happy, it's become a habit. So you might wake up in the morning and immediately you feel sad and you feel depressed and you feel worried. And you have to remember that actually this has become a pattern. And if you can begin to tweak the pattern, you can begin to create a brand new habit or a brand new state of being. And this is why I specifically named my channel the Mind Reprogrammer, because I'm a massive believer that we can rewire our mind to begin to serve us rather than it feeling like it's in control of us. So I'll tell you a quick story. So I'm currently studying at university, and my lecturer gave an example about this idea called mindfulness. And it's something that I've experimented with in the past, and it's not something that I've taken really serious or something that I've really played with properly. But she gave an example of this NHS app or an NHS website called BeMindful.org. I'll drop the link on the website below. And on this app, on this website, it gives you exercises. And the exercises are designed for you to begin to go into your body and begin to become familiar with how your body operates and how your body works. And the idea is that by you going into your body and beginning to concentrate on your internal processes and feelings, you can begin to become aware of them. And by becoming aware of them, you can then begin to change it. So I've been doing this exercise now for I would say about 4 or 5 days, sitting down every day, going into a deep meditative stance, bringing all of my awareness into my body, feeling my arms, feeling my legs, feeling my chest, feeling my head, feeling my heart, and just not labeling, not judging, not attaching a meaning to my experience and allowing my experience to be. And I can say, in a very weird, subtle way, there seems to be an undercurrent, and as if there's a growth of an internal happiness that's beginning to miraculously, spontaneously develop within me. I can't even explain how it works, but I just find myself waking up in the morning and I'm more peaceful. I'm more mindful. I'm more aware of my inner state. And by me being aware of my inner state, I'm suddenly aware that actually I'm in control of my body. And because I'm in control of my body, I'm now becoming more happier within myself. And this is something that I'm beginning to find quite interesting, and something that I'm going to kind of keep on experimenting with, keep on playing with, and keep you guys updated. But going back to what we were talking about as well, there are certain key things that I believe from my own experiences that can stop one from being happy. And I thought one of the biggest things that prevent us from being happy is money. Now listen, I have no problem against money. But I also realize that money cannot be my be-all and end-all goal. Money is a tool. Money is something that we use to be able to do things. However, we don't want to fall into this trap of beginning to worship money. Because you know, when I go on YouTube, when I go on Instagram, when I go on any social media, there is so much adverts. Somebody selling you this. Somebody saying if you follow this routine you can get £10,000 now. If you follow this thing you can get £50,000 now. If you sell this product. And at times when I think about it, it's quite overwhelming. And why do I say it's overwhelming? Because I'm constantly sitting down and I'm reflecting on myself, asking myself questions like, why am I not there yet, or why am I not happy? And this is why I had to take myself back to that mindfulness exercise. Because one of the main presumptions or assumptions of mindfulness is this idea of presence. If one is able to be present in the moment and accept the moment in all of their experiences, then there's no longing. Because you have to realize when we're consistently saying that we're going to be happy when we get something, we're pushing towards the future. And when we're consistently worried about something that's happened in the past, we're going to the past. So when I think about this idea of happiness, it actually all boils down to beginning to cultivate this environment of presence within. And I know you might be thinking like, this is quite weird. How can me sitting down, breathing in and out constantly, allow me to begin to feel more happier within myself? Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know how it works, but I know it works. Myself, I am a living example of practicing these exercises, which are so simple. Can you imagine sitting down for 4 weeks, every day for 30 minutes, being mindful, breathing, feeling your awareness, and all of a sudden being free from the shackles of your mind that's constantly pulling and tugging at you to be able to achieve and want something? I would love for all of you that's listening to this video to just experiment with this. Experiment with this idea of mindfulness. You know, there's a few apps. Headspace is one of them. That's one that I used. There's Calm. That's another one that I would advise that you could possibly use. But the one I'm currently experimenting with is this Be Mindful. And as I share this with you, I get nothing from the website, or I'm not affiliated with them, and I make no money from it. But I'm just sharing this with you because I know that there might be someone listening here that genuinely wants to be happy and is genuinely desiring this freedom that they know they can have. And just by beginning to go into your body and beginning to get aware of how your body operates, and beginning to realize how your thoughts influence your sensations in your body, and adopting this non-judgmental attitude, all of a sudden happiness will begin to emerge. So I just want to quickly just reflect back some key things so that we're aware of everything I've said. Number one, happiness is here right now for you. You can be happy right now. All you have to do is just begin to play with this idea of mindfulness. Begin to play with this idea of presence. This idea of being in the moment and being here listening to me. If your attention has stayed with me for this whole video, then you've been present with me. And by constantly making this a pattern, making this a habit, making this something that you do daily, all of a sudden you're going to realize that during as your day begins to commence, there's going to be moments where you're going to realize, oh gosh, I feel quite happy today. that's all I want to share for today. If you liked anything I say, subscribe to the channel. You know, every subscription helps. You know, like the video as well, and share it with your friends. You know, if this is something that you think, yeah, you know what, somebody else could do with, because at the end of the day, the more of us that are happy, the more better our planet is. And that's my goal. So thank you so much. Have an amazing day.